Time now for Eyewitness News. Call 12 for action. A Woonsocket widow says her husband cannot rest in peace.
He died a year and a half ago, but his resting place still has no gravestone. His family says a bitter dispute with the cemetery has caused them even more grief.
So she called problem solver Susan Hogan for help.
They had the funeral, the burial, and they ordered a gravestone. But when it came time to deliver it to the cemetery, this family says they were told the stone was not acceptable. Now, more than a year later, with no resolution in sight, the family called 12 for action.
Karen Thomas says the love of her life was taken away from her abruptly. Stephen Grumbach was struck and killed while on a walk in July 2009. He was only 56.
He loved to sail, he loved nature, he loved life.
Karen wanted Stephen's zest for life to carry on and decided his gravestone would tell his story.
He loved the mountains, he just loved nature in general, and I was just trying to incorporate a story, and I see peace and tranquility in that, and also God.
With the help of Karen Memorials, Stephen's stone was created first on paper. Then, according to the monument company, they sent a fax to Riverside Cemetery in Pawtucket for approval.
Any objections?
None.
Never heard from her?
Never.
The cemetery laid the foundation,
Which in the cemetery world is the approval. You requested a foundation, we've put it in, bring your stone.
But this is where the story takes an abrupt turn. According to the cemetery, they never received a fax. According to a letter sent to the Grumbach family, the cemetery manager states, "Our first knowledge of any stone for the Grumbach lot was a telephone call made on April 11th, 2010, asking if the gates would be open so that the stone could be installed."
And she said, absolutely not. I'm not allowing that stone to come here, she said. I'm not allowing that stone here, she said. And that's where we are today.
The cemetery guidelines clearly state any coloring on lettering or design is forbidden, but the family says they were not given the paperwork until after the stone was already made.
This has been going on since April. The stone was ready to go in April. It was going to give me some closure, and I haven't had any closure yet.
Call 12 for Action contacted the manager of the cemetery and the board of directors. We were told they all looked at the stone and voted unanimously that the stone simply did not meet their approval, and therefore it's not welcomed here.
Leaving this family with nothing but a cement slab at Stephen's final resting place to remember him by.
This is our stone. This is Steve's resting place. This would give me closure, and I haven't had any. None whatsoever.
The family did ask whether the cemetery would consider accepting the stone if they removed the color from it. The family even offered to turn the stone to face the woods if it was truly that offensive to them. But according to the family, the cemetery said the decision was final. If you have a consumer problem you need help solving, contact our Call 12 for Action Center Monday through Thursday from 11 until 1. Hotline 228-1850. I'm problem solver Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.